Sunday mornings are, it's a mixed bag for me. For me, it's like, okay, it's the last day of the weekend, and then I gotta go back to work. It's also like, I like to get up a little bit earlier on Sunday because I know that it's my last day of not having to stress out or be worried about work. And Sunday morning comics. Does anybody still read Sunday morning comics? I know my kids do, because my parents still get the paper and we're over there doing laundry on Sundays. But I like reading some of the comics. I haven't kept up with it a lot lately. That was one thing I definitely remember looking forward to as a kid. And I mean, does anyone even subscribe to the paper anymore? That's another good question for you if you're a subscriber, or if you're just watching and wanna leave in the comments. Do you read the newspaper? Do you subscribe to the newspaper? Do you read the comics? I'm a kid at heart, and I still do a lot of quote-unquote kid things, and I will read the comics every once in a while. One of my favorite comics of all time is Calvin and Hobbes, and I'm such a Calvin and Hobbes nerd that I have all of the soft cover original books that are like a accumulation of the Sunday morning comics, and I'm guessing a lot of originals too, but maybe not. Maybe they're all just excerpts from the Sunday morning and the daily comic strip. But Calvin and Hobbes, gosh, I love them. So, and then a few years ago for Christmas, I think, somebody had gifted me the box set, and it's a hardcover set of all of the Calvin and Hobbes comics that were ever made. So, and if you're a Calvin and Hobbes fan, you know Bill Watterson. I don't think he retired from Calvin and Hobbes. I'm sure that he still does art because he's an amazing artist. You know, all of his stuff that he had written and put out there is in that hardcover box set, and that was one of the most amazing presents. I let my kids, because my kids have, you know, obviously they love Calvin and Hobbes too now, because I love it and my wife loves it too. I let them read the soft cover versions, and that hardcover is kind of just sitting on the shelf like a trophy. Leave in the comments if you have a favorite comic from when you were a kid. I bet a lot of people used to enjoy reading the Spider-Man comic when it used to be in the paper. They used to be a Sunday and a day. Pretty sure it was daily too. A daily Spider-Man comic strip. Maybe you were introduced to Spider-Man not through the comic book, but through that comic strip. That would be cool. But I mean, there's things that and I won't tell you how old I am, there's some things I can't let go of from my childhood. And to me, it's not like I do that because I'm childish or because I can't let go of something, even though I just said that. What I'm trying to say is I hold on to those things because I love them, not because I feel like they're grasping at the last what's left of my childhood. And I think probably all of us do that. You know, if you grow up, and maybe as a kid you didn't do things like that. Maybe you loved maybe you loved creating things or working with wood or building things. You know, there's things like Legos that can help you hold on to that kind of thing. Like, I still play with Legos with my kids. I'm not ashamed of that. But there's just little things. I still play PlayStation and Xbox. That's become more of a widely accepted thing that kids and adults can do, or that adults still do, which I think is not a grasp at your childhood or your youth, but just, I mean, video games are pretty sophisticated now, and they make video games that are supposed to be for what I think are supposed to be for adults. But yeah, so video games, sports, I think, are the biggest way that adults hang on to their youth and their excitement about life. You know, because sports is something that you might have had in common with your parents or siblings, or something that reminds you. You know, it's that nostalgia. I don't know if there'll ever be a time where I don't love baseball or basketball, because I love playing basketball too. Football's one of those things that's kind of been, I don't know, I'll still watch a football game if it's on, but I don't like, I won't plan my schedule to watch a football game like I would a basketball game or a baseball game. Sports in general, I think, hold that place for you in your memories. Like for some people, video games or comics might do. So tell me what that thing is. Maybe motorcycles are your thing that link you to your that give you that sense of nostalgia, or give you memories of your parents, or your dad, or your mom, or your siblings, or your family in general. And I think that's great. I really do. I've been riding now for like 8 years, and I would like to think that my girls one day might ride, and if they do, I would hope that it would give them a sense of nostalgia, or open their memories up to times that I took them out, or hopefully that one day when I get to teach them how to ride. My oldest one's going to turn 15 here in a few weeks, which means she'll be getting her learner's permit for her driver's license. And I would love to be able to pick up we were actually considering buying, before I bought this bike, a Virago, a Yamaha, for my wife to eventually ride. And I would love to teach my wife and my daughter how to ride on one of those smaller bikes. I think that'd be great. So what is it that you, in your life, leave it in the comments. I'd really like to know all those different things that people hold near and dear to their hearts, to remind them of their childhood, or their family, or their parents. So guys, this is where I bid adieu, coming to the end of my ride. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button down there, which is the thumbs up, and if you're so inclined, hit the subscribe button. Come back and see me. I try to put videos out at least twice a week, so there's always new content for you guys, and there's a variety of videos already there on my channel for you to check out. So guys, if you're riding, be safe, and if you're not riding, consider becoming a rider. It's a lot of fun. Alright guys, this is that one guy, and I'm out.